Imagine an indicator that could have warned you before every major financial disaster of the last century. In 1929, it went off the rails just before the Great Depression. In 2000, it exploded before the dot-com bubble wiped out thousands of fortunes off the map. You are watching PragmaPerf. This indicator is the CAPE ratio. Its job to measure the stock market's real temperature when everyone else is drunk on euphoria. And today, in 2026, it has just crossed the 40 mark. That is a level it has visited only once in modern history, at the very peak of the dot-com bubble. The problem: history shows that every time this signal enters the red zone, what follows is painful. So, why does the market keep climbing like nothing's wrong? Are we ignoring the most reliable signal in financial history, or are we witnessing a technological shift that makes the old rules obsolete? We are going to see why this 40 figure is dividing the experts. Stay with me until the end because we'll look at what this level implies for your returns over the next 10 years. To understand why the CAPE ratio is sounding the alarm, we first have to go back to the basics of valuation. The PE ratio. It's the most common tool used to tell if a stock is expensive or cheap. The formula is simple. You take the current stock price and divide it by the earnings per share. If a company generates a net profit of $5 per share and its stock trades at 100, its PE is 20. In simple terms, a PE of 20 means you're paying $20 for every $1 of profit. People often say this means it takes 20 years of profits to pay back your investment. In reality, it's more complex. It's a ratio that synthesizes growth expectations, margins, and interest rates. By default, most financial sites use the trailing PE, which only looks at the total earnings from the last 12 months. And that's where the trouble starts. This PE is short sighted. It only sees the very recent past. If a company had a record breaking year due to one time events, its earnings skyrocket. The PE drops and the stock looks like a bargain, when in fact you might be buying at the very top of a bubble. On the flip side, during a crisis, earnings collapse and the PE shoots up to crazy levels like 50 or 100. People panic and sell, even though it might actually be the best time to invest. To step out of this fog and smooth out these anomalies, Robert Shiller changed the rules. He stopped judging a company on its last year and started looking at its last decade. For Robert Shiller, a Nobel laureate in economics, judging a stock by a single year's earnings is like judging a country's climate by a single day's heatwave. It's meaningless. His solution is the CAPE ratio, and the formula changes everything. Here, we don't divide the price by last year's profits. We take the average earnings of the last 10 years, adjusted for inflation. Why 10 years? Because that's the average length of a full economic cycle. By doing this, Shiller erases the artificial booms and the brutal crashes. We move from a snapshot of a panoramic view, we stop looking at the wave and start looking at the tide. And this is where the numbers get scary. By smoothing out profits, we can compare eras 1929, 2000, and today in 2026. And the thermometer has almost never been this red. Historically, the average is around 17. At 40, we are in the top percentile of history. But be careful with quick comparisons. In 2000, the CAPE ratio peaked at 44 while many tech companies weren't making a dime. In 2021, it hit 38 when interest rates were at zero. Today, in 2026, the context is different. We have stickier inflation, but tech giants are generating massive real cash flows. The number is the same, but the mechanics under the hood have changed. One reason for the sky high CAPE ratio is the massive anticipation of future profits tied to AI. Unlike the 2000 bubble, today's market leaders show real profits and historically high margins. The market is betting on phenomenal acceleration of productivity. The question is, are these future profits already priced in? At a CAPE ratio of 40, the market leaves zero room for mistake. If AI growth slows down even a little, valuation multiples could contract violently even if the companies remain profitable. So, who's right? Let's look at the two serious arguments. The bear case, the skeptics, they rely on mean reversion. A CAPE of 40 almost always correlates with mediocre or even negative real returns over the following 10 years. For them, trees don't grow to the sky, and interest rates, which are higher now than in 2021, will eventually crush these extreme valuations. The bull case, the optimists, they point to structural changes. S&P 500 companies have become global cash machines with very few physical assets. Massive share buybacks and net margins that have doubled in 30 years justify, in their view, a fair market price that isn't 17 anymore, but perhaps 25 or 30. Now, a CAPE ratio of 40 isn't a crystal ball that predicts a crash tomorrow morning, but it is undeniably a risk indicator. It tells us that today we are paying a very high price for the future. The real question for you isn't whether the market will drop, but this. If the market loses 20% tomorrow to return to its historical averages, does your current strategy allow you to sleep at night? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the current margins of tech giants justify burying CAPE ratio's historical average forever? I'll be reading your arguments closely. If you enjoyed this, subscribe so you don't miss the next video.